Okay, where I got to is at the very bottom of page Taf Lamed Zayin. So let me see what I got here. Okay, Taf Lamed Zayin at the very bottom. Question was, Tam Sha'ava Eino Elohanuk Elazah V'lo Ima Elazah. What's the reason why when we speak about this Ava, which produces this desire for the tefillin to be close to the tefillin, the arm tefillin, is really her for Zer Anpin, or there's an exchange between Zer Anpin and the Nuk, but why not between the Ima and Zer Anpin? So down at the bottom it says V'im Tomer V'Hari Gam Ima. So if you wanted to say, well, also Ima, he Ohevis Oso Ka'im Al Banah. He also loves her like a mother in regards to her child. So let me see where am I at? Ima V'Benasas Tefillin shall rosh the Zer Anpin, that this is really what produces tefillin of the head of Zer Anpin. Gam Hu Ohevis Oso, because she also loves him, Ka'im Al Banah. So I don't know if I missed a few words, I'm not sure what happened there, but let's get the tip. Is a Vakasha, there's a problem. The Halo Tefillin shall rosh the Zer Anpin, Na'asim Ayidech Mochim shall Ima, Shuhu no senes the Zer Anpin, because his Mochim come from Ima. And she actually, that's what produces the abundance, is what produces the Tefillin shall rosh. So this certainly is given in love. This is to teach us the love that Ima has for Zer Anpin, as banal, just like the love of a mother for her child. That it actually has a result of the jealousy that Zer Anpin feels when the rosh tefillin are placed on the nukva. Shehi kinas hazah benuk. This is him jealous of what she has. Below amrinin shal tefillin shal rosh Zer Anpin na'as mekoyach ava. We don't say, he says, let's say below amrinin are made from love. Shehi avas ima levanah zah. So we're not going to say, it doesn't say that. Instead, it says that it's made as a result of this kina. So understand that it's not so much that Ima is in fact pouring into Zer Anpin, but that in fact that there is a petisha that takes place with Eric Anpin, as he's going to explain. B'chayishu the kusha zos who ki atvilin shall rosh the Zer Anpin na'asach ha'gederesh ha'kutza the sa'aros, the Eric Anpin maka ba'achre reisha the Zer Anpin, the flow of the hair, of the light of the hair of Eric Anpin goes around the back of the head of Zer Anpin. And as the power of it striking Zer Anpin, this motes as ha'aras l'chutz b'metzah the Zer Anpin beso the tefillin. So this is really the catalyst for bringing out the tefillin of the Rosh Zer Anpin, not Ima. Ve'ena oisech b'chosech b'fnei avach v'sheyesh lo imzav v'chakaz ha'kutz the sa'ari de Erik Anpin. But Rosh the Zer Anpin the chotzeches tefillin, which causes the tefillin to come out. Ein zer machvas avish yesh la'arich ima Zer Anpin. So understand that this is not because of love that Zer Anpin has, that Erik Anpin has specifically for Zer Anpin, like you might say, in the case of Ima. Ima does deliver to him the mochin, but the mochin don't pop out until you have this strike of the hairs of Erik Anpin of the back of the head of Zer Anpin. Sha'are ein avach b'bein Erik Anpin l'zah, because he wants to say Av is not the motivation between Zer Anpin and Erik Anpin. Ki zah bara the Abba bara the Ima, who because Zer Anpin is the child of Abba v'Ima, below the Erik Anpin. Kevin Shechazah, so he says that since Kevin Shechazah, who haben shall Abba ve'ima, since this is the child of Abba ve'ima, and the love is really between Zer Anpin and his father and his mother. Of a Zer Anpin, Einu beno shall arich, but Zer Anpin is a generation is the let's say Eric Anpin, so to speak, is the grandfather. So he says it's deeper than Abba Ve'ima, who are directly related to Zah. This doesn't happen because of love. And since not really the child of Arich, they don't have a direct relationship that way. He says, so we said that after what's happening is he strikes around the back of the head of Zer Anpin. B'mena bechinas tefillin, brings out the hotzi b'mena bechinas tefillin. Ein ser machmas avos Eric Anpin l'zah. That's not because of the love of Eric Anpin for Zah. Well, then what is it? Rak machmas ki chafetz chesed hu. Because it's because of another idea. B'kol chatam she'Eric Anpin maka b'reisha d'zer Anpin l'hotzi b'mena bechinas tefillin. Who rak machmas she'erich chafetz chesed hu. He is a chafetz chesed. Hu daika, that is hu daika. Hu, he says, shehu daika poel umashpia mishum shehu chafetz chesed. So this is a constant giver, and it wants to continuously to give goodness. Ki Eric Anpin anikra hu. Eric Anpin is also called the hu. Dahainu, that is the vahainu she Eric Anpin nikra hu. Chafetz tamid la'asos chesed im zulaso, wants to constantly do something kind to give to besides itself. Be'erik anpen anikro hu chafetz la'asos tamid chesed im zulaso. Rak machmas chetzo la'asos chesed v'chein kum maka bereisha d'zah. So therefore, as a result of that, he strikes the head as their anpin lohotzeh b'mitzchot tefillin, in order to bring out from his forehead these tefillin, because he wants to do something really good and give something to their anpin. But that he wants to make a distinction here that this is not because of love. It's because of the concept of love. And it's really have to get into what's the concept of love. This is a grandparent, so to speak, giving love to the child, but it's not a direct relationship. Except for this passion of giving of himself into the head of Zer Anpin. So just a little bit more, we could get through this. So the l'chein tefillin shall yad na'asim l'sivis av v'chagamur sheyesh l'zer anpin imo shuchat tefillin d'reisha d'nok hana'asim machmas av v'chagamur sheyesh l'zer anpin imanok. So over there you see that what's happening with is because of true love. Ka'avas ish the ishto, just like man and woman. Shahava chazera benok he keviyochel kumo avas ish the ishtai mishtadel l'sakno b'techila. So therefore, because of the love, l'chein chazera chazacher mishtadel l'sakin the sindok b'techila. V'nekdemes of the ficha hanuk kodemes l'chatikon lifnei chadacher. So therefore, she comes first. She's the first part that has to be musukan. This happens before the male. V'keben shuhu kodemes the tikun. So there's she comes first. V'hasazan noisin ba osach b'rishima shalom shenisharabo. He gives back to her that rishimo that was left with her over the nighttime. V'osach asach b'china tefillin shal yad, and it makes for her the concept of tefillin shal yad k'bevucha b'tzlein in the ale. We talked about this. Asazan noising bo as a rishimo shalamochin shalom. He brings that shenishara b'meshach halayla that remained by him over the course of the nighttime. Shal zer anpin ben asa b'china tefillin shal yad. So now that she has the arm tefillin has been made, she's masukin with this. Benoki has rebuilt her. He said, Eric Anpin batash bay, and when that happens, then Eric Anpin strikes him. He's kind of making it sound like it's sequential. Oz hakutza the sa'aras to Eric Anpin. Maka Barosha Shalzah. That's when this happens. So it is sequential. Mishum ki chafetz chesedu, because he wants to give. V'chakol zu shel kutza d'sa'aret d'Eric Anpin hamaka Barosha d'zah hu na'asim machmas ki chafetz chesedu. Umachzibo gam harishima shalamochim shalo, and he brings back, that is Eric Anpin brings back a result of the mochin is Zer Anpin, which were also mistalik during the nighttime. And then they come back, and make the tefillin shalrud. V'al yedecha v'kol sekutza the sa'aras the Erik Anpin. V'gam al yedei she'Erik Anpin machsechas rishima shalamochen dezah shenistalkel b'layla. Naasa az bechinas tefillin b'rosh zer Anpin. So all of this produces that. Will be harein lamalo yuvon kol elu. Hadavarim Mizkontam, so there's a lot more to be said. That's already been said, I guess you would say. So he says, so Ad Mizkontam Va'ayin Sham. So the Tiv says, Mekevin Shakan, the Rab Kitzer Bibira Inyan, Kasa Shiesh, the Ayin B'Masha Kasa Baruch La'el. So we should really go back to what he said way back when. That's it. Thank you very much for learning with me, Rabbi.